kommen, glaube ich. Weil ich könnte ausgehen, ob ich mit hohem Risiko spielen lasse, aber lieber nicht.
It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. Up next, we'll see Russell Wilson. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Broncos and the Packers coming up next.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the... And off we go from Denver. And they will elect to not bring this one out, as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here are the new-look Packers set to go to work. And at the helm here in 2023, a lot of eyes on this man in his 4th NFL season, Jordan Love.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. On second down, another run for Dillon. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. So, Charles, you look at this offense, so what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5-6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Ready?
Love with a give to Dillon. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. The Packers at a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. This defense for the Broncos, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
That's a very nice game there, a confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The 20. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And this is exactly the kind of drive you're hoping for out of the gates. They're mixing the run and the pass well, keeping this defense off balance early. And they're on the march here with another first down.
Throw left side, caught by Laporta. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Cohen going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
They give it off here to the tight end. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Zach Ertz, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Broncos 0. Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. Well, the Broncos offense gets set to go to work, and at the helm in his 2nd season wearing orange and blue, Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after him.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit.
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Well, it's apparent that these guys are getting after it right from the opening kickoff. They roll right downfield and score on their first possession. And here on defense, back-to-back sacks. Someone is ready to play.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. A man who was lost for the year in Week 4 last season. Here's Javonte Williams. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. A gain of 4, not enough. And it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. On the return is Cohen. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10.
Ready. Ready.
Dillon up the middle. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Here we go.
2nd down and 3.
Ready.
They run once more with Dillon. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
This is Dillon on the counter. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. But you look at this Bronco defense. They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
No matter what coverage was called,
they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos 28. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Dillon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Jordan Love ready on first down here. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. Touchdown! Romeo Doubs, 26 yards. And the Packers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimal level.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And they are winners of 2 straight games as they have climbed back to 500 now on the season.
And you and I both know that this can be a tough team to figure out sometimes, because I remember a few weeks ago you and I having a conversation where we both thought that this was a season they could get away from it pretty quickly. Obviously not.
The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Now Wilson. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And out across midfield, down to the 45. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Yeah, nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Here's Wilson. That's to the sideline and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On is the punter Charlton now as he's able to get this one away. Here comes Cohen. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 63 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Again, it's Dillon. Trucks over it and bulldozing his way through. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 32-yard line.
Ready.
Love, they go play action now. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 16. A nice pickup of 17 yards. Running up the middle, here's Dillon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Packers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd down and 12. Love looking to throw it. He's got his target. Down. Jaden Reed, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No. Leading right now, absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Broncos take over.
Denver's offense now set to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Nifty move. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
That's what we were hoping to see out of Williams last season before a torn ACL 4 weeks in ruined expectations that he could join the top tier of NFL running backs. That type of upside remains, though, and Denver certainly prepared to help him unlock it as he returns to full strength.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Marquise Bell. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
On third down, Wilson. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. On fourth down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken around the 12. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Now it's the backup, Bridgewater. The screen pass here to Cohen. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. On 3rd and 1, here's Bridgewater. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. 2nd down and 6 now. Throwing, Bridgewater. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10.
A short throw to Musgrave.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. That is caught. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
They'll throw again. Bridgewater. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Sam Laporta with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Packers are able to add on to their first half lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And a route is on here in this first half.
Broncos nothing. Joey Sly set to kick off.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As now,
well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
During the week, the special teams coach puts together a game plan that he presents to the head coach. And in every game plan, there's one big play that he points to the head coach and says, listen, when we need it, we can go to it. I think they did exactly that on that one.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Second down and 10.
Here's Wilson to throw.
On the slant, completes to Sutton.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2.
first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
At the 35-yard line.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Staying on his feet.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one.
And this returnable for Hines.
Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
That's good for Broncos. 1st down. 1st and 10.
From the shotgun, Wilson.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I wonder if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game.
Williams loses the football, and the Packers pick it up, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there, and Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
53 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ball game.
So close. Couldn't get all the way in, knocking on the doorstep down to the 1. Nevertheless, fantastic run.
Not only that, this is where you wave to your replacement, go back to the bench. No way. I'm not coming out of this game. I got it down to the 1-yard line. I want to carry it in.
We'll see if they reward him on this next play.
Henderson will take this one in for a Packer touchdown.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And no thought of a return here for Hines. Denver's offense ready to go again. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
On second down, Williams.
He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And, look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after it.
Here's Watson.
42-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Steps away to his left. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Sly able to put this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be.
Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better. And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively. But could have gone for more.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Now it's Wilson. Finds Dulcich out left side. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And the Broncos are going to be set up with a first and goal as good running gets him down to about the 4-yard line.
That's good for a Denver Broncos. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll fake the jet sweep and instead give up the middle to Williams.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown.
Javonte Williams, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
Lutz with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Again, it's Henderson. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
Takes this one across the 35 to the 36. A gain of about 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On now is the Packers punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48.
And they will take over first and 10.
From the gun, it's Wilson.
He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up second down.
And 4 at the 25-yard line.
Wilson.
Short throw caught by Dulcich.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And the Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 37.
Here's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now a second and 10.
Now it's Wilson.
Finding Sutton on the out route who makes the catch.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 18 big yards on that one and a Denver first. So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 45-yard line. Again, Wilson.
Toward the sideline, intercepted.
Picked off by Eric Rowe. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Again, it's Henderson. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And no thought of a return here for Hines.
So the Broncos coming out now.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Wilson.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A couple of veterans, Wilson to Sutton there for the Bronco first. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that play. Here on a positive note, despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
2nd and 10.
Now Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Hines. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. And here they get it to him again on the screen. And it turns into a nice positive play.
3rd and 2. Now Wilson. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line.
Another drive coming up for this Packers offense as they try to finish things off in this fourth quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
At the 11-yard line.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
It's Week 8 of the National Football League, where we'll see a brawl inside the NFC North. It's the Vikings and the Packers, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title The City's. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
This taken in at the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
This is set up now to be the true beginning of Love's NFL career because he's finally out from under the shadow of Aaron Rodgers, and Green Bay is giving him this season to prove he can be their starter. 4 years after he was drafted in the first round, we'll find out if Love is the next decade-long starter for the Green Bay Packers.
Now the fourth-year man from BC, it's A.J. Dillon.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. So this game, Charles, you know, we talked about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half, backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Jordan Love ready on first down here. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, Packers at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. They have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, you know, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To pass, here's Jordan Love.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10.
So here the Vikings set to go to work, and they're led by the leading passer in the NFC a season ago. Now in his 12th year, 6th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
Working out of the gun, Cousins.
He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield.
It'll go down as a gain of 6. And 3rd and 8 now.
And they'll use him out of the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Wish Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 6.
Again, it's Fournette. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards there and a first down.
Good carry there by Fournette, who despite a drop in production, remained a capable back in all facets of the game last season. Finished with over 1,200 all-purpose yards.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
They've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
Theories abound. People have opinions. But too often for this team this season, it's been the big play that's done them in.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Ready?
On 3rd down, Love. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Ready.
They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
2nd down, back to Fournette.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
A 47-yard attempt.
Sly able to put this one through.
And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead.
So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they got string together a nice drive and helped themselves out.
Rashawn Gary able to record his 5th sack of the season. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
So since that last play got nothing, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty, and that forces a fourth down situation. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. So a change of possession here on the punt. So here are the Packers now to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now, beginning this drive 1st and 10. Love looking to throw it. Oh, short pass here taken in by Laporta. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
They enter play here 24th in the league against the run.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
Okay,
and
ready?
How about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll go with a big bank Fournette, and he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So they give it up just on their side of midfield, and yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our defense can hold them because they're really outside of field goal range now, all right, the opposite team. So if you hold them here, you haven't given up any points. You may give up a punt and you're pinned down a little bit, but must have thought it was an okay spot to go for it and decided to be aggressive.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
On play action, Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the league, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5.
Now a give. Akers running left.
And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers 34.
Well, this defense for the Packers, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Osborne motions left. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And it'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Going right back to Akers. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Now a toss running left, Akers.
No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down.
It's Lucas Van Ness there to drop him behind the line.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
A give up the middle to Akers.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 9 yards back on the run there. They're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. To throw, Cousins. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Marquise Bell coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit.
This a 31-yard attempt.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And that will tie us at 3-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's Love.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Fielded just inside the 20.
The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Akers.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down.
There he goes, left side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
58 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action. Cousins, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw taken in by Hockenson here.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Akers is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Akers again. And this time he'll lose yardage as the defense not giving him any room to operate.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to
touchdown Vikings.
Wilson. His second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Taking it about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10.
Ready.
Throwing. Love. Dancing to his left. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Ready.
Here's Love. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
And he'll get that to Fournette complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to the 30. Here's Daniel Whelan now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They're starting to put some space here. The first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Returnable for Watson. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On 2nd down, Love once more. Oh, short pass here taken in by Laporta. Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Here is 3rd and 5.
Drill green. Ready.
Love now. Oh, short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he's going to have the Packers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Ready.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They will throw again here with Jordan Love. Oh, short pass here taken in by Laporta.
He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Let's go now.
Working out of the gun. Love. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Love with it here, 3rd and short yardage. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. On 1st and 10, Love. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Ready.
To throw now. Here's Love. Buying time to his left. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the 2nd half. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. So here are the Vikings to take over. Remember, right now they are on a 6-game losing streak, trying to snap that. And a good sign is they've got the lead in the football. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Marquise Bell picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And here's Ryan Wright now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. .42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn.
All right, rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
So a failure to connect on 2nd down. That leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Cousins to throw it. Yeah, to the right sideline. And it falls incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be
certainly did its part to gallop the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they got to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
On second down, back to Henderson.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line.
And now they're in the hurry-up. On play action. Love to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he won't get in, but you can't be set up any better than that. They'll have the ball at the 1-yard line. The best starting field position you could possibly have. First and goal from the 1. Cousins now after the fumble recovery. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. Second down, Cousins. Touchdown! Jordan Addison. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Blankenship out for the point after. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Second down, Love. That's caught by the rookie, Jaden Reed. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Jordan Love ready on first down here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. To pass, here's Jordan Love. That's complete to Wicks. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And they're going to speed things up here. To the air again, Love. They'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Love that, a pass on first down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
A second down throw for Love. That's complete to Dobbs. And it's a Packers touchdown. Romeo Dobbs, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers have cut it back within a score.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that slices the lead down to 17-10.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Jordan Addison in the offense out for another drive.
Not a bad day at the office there. Maybe he would like the catch number to go up a little bit, but I think most guys would say 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. That's okay.
I think if the catch number goes up, we start talking about the record books because at that pace, this type of efficiency, oh yeah, I think I'd throw it to him a little bit more often.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. Second down. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
They'll go again here with Akers. 76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll run on first down with Akers.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at him, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Cousins now. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run for this with Akers.
And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Rashawn Gary. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Cousins throw pulled in by Jefferson. Oh, now an injured player down there, and this is not what you want to see. That's Justin Jefferson, who's having some issues.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Play action now. Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 2.
Ready?
Up the gun, Fournette. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Ready.
Henderson will try and run for the first. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. They'll go back to Henderson on first down. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Second down, it's Henderson. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. The Packers on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 4.
Ready?
Off the play fake, Love. A short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 4th down.
Set, ready.
They'll run for it with Fournette. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? Just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
Play fake. Here's Love. And that'll be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
On third down, Love. Now they go screen. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 13 yards, first down, Packers. Now Love. His throw incomplete.
Offense is moving a little bit, out and back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing. Love. Getting it out left to Downs. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Inside handoff down to Fournette. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Now a 2nd down throw for Love here. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Devondre Campbell, the one who fought his way in there to make the play. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Cousins. Over the middle and complete to Addison. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw, Cousins. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Man, a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by one score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
17 yards on the play.
Glove. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And it'll be a turnover on downs. 1st down, here's Cousins. For the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the
Line, no leakage up front. A running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. Any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Going right back to Akers. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he will have a Viking 1st down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Cousins just going to take this one down to a knee and end it. And that kneel down a little extra sweet. You get the win, and you knock out somebody's perfect season.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because it's not a championship game yet, but the team that's undefeated feels like a champion. So you want a little bit extra in this one. Yeah, they've got to feel great about taking a knee here.
Charles, in these lower-scoring games, you know it better than anybody. Points are at such a premium, but taking care of the football is king. They play turnover-free from whistle to whistle, and they come through with a victory.
Yeah, and that's what won them the game, because even doing it that way, being that clean partner, they weren't
It's Madden NFL 24, and all eyes are on Cooper Kupp. He had a standout game 1 week ago with 3 touchdown catches. It's the Rams and the Packers, and it's coming up next.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We're all set to go as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Green Bay Packers.
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Packer team. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Fighting his way through contact.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field.
They'll be led out by a former first-rounder in his 4th year now out of Utah State, Jordan Love.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. Well, CD, you see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise and obviously hoping to get these guys back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and these guys, they've been hearing the mantra next man up since their Friday night light games in high school. There's 3 simple words, but they're absolutely perfect to use, and everyone has adopted them. Next guy up, do your best.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You talk about this Rams defense.
They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
The Packers at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they coming off their very first loss of the season, suffered a week ago.
So now we can all take that chasing the 1972 Dolphins and take it and throw it right out the window, right? But let's face it, not many teams talk about that or even have interest in it. All they want to do right now is bounce back after that loss.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. To throw now. Here's Love. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not 1 bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
So here are the Rams set to go to work on offense. And they're led by a man who topped the 50,000-yard mark in passing for his career a season ago. In year 15 now, here's Matthew Stafford.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball. Run it inside. Everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. Here's a 2nd and 8. Freeman again. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see. Evans, and able to get it across the 10 to the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a first down. Here's a handoff to Evans out of the gun. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And, Charles, this defense, they know that they've got their work cut out for them. Here's a quarterback coming off a game in which he threw 4 touchdowns. And they've watched the tape all week. They've seen it, but what can they do differently?
I think they've got to approach it like a pitcher facing a really hot batter. Get him uncomfortable in the box. Change speeds, change locations, change the pitches you throw at him. So show different coverages. Blitz sometimes, drop back other times. Just don't let him get comfortable or let him get into rhythm.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And take it right on the 30. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Ready?
Here's Love. He'll check this one off to Fournette. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Rams, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Love looking to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
The numbers a week ago for Kupp, he was pretty prophetic. He said before that game, I want to get in the end zone often. He got there 3 times.
Yeah, it's one thing to catch a lot of footballs. That is important, but it's what you do after the catch that can make you great. And he had a great game last week.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw here hauled in by Kupp. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down. Up the middle, Freeman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
3rd and
and 2. Stafford. No, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Ethan Evans on now to punt.
This is taken at about the 14.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And they will take over 1st and 10. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. Their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles, is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us, our colleagues, all of us in the media, constantly hammering a team that's undefeated. Hey, do you think you can do it the whole season? Can you carry it the whole way? That does wear down a group. And sometimes that loss, get us off your back, you can move forward from there.
Looking deep here for Dobbs.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass, a run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down.
And he is going to have a Packers 1st down. Well, they take a chance there on 4th and 1, but it's a gain of 3 and a new set of downs.
We're scoreless after 1.
Back for the 2nd quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Again, it's Fournette. Fournette fighting through.
Still on his feet. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Packers. Leonard Fournette, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
After a fairly uneventful 1st quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The 1st quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the 2nd quarter.
Joey Sly on for the extra point.
And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their own 37. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
They give it to Freeman up the gut. And he still has yet to get on track in this 1st half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Credit the defense there to Quay Walker, getting behind the line of scrimmage before they could rip off any sort of a gain.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford.
That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Now Stafford. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Here's Stafford now on second down. That'll be caught. It's Cup. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 22-yard line.
First down, Los Angeles.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They'll run here with Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. Now it's Stafford.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Now Stafford on third and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a fourth down.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Badgley's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the third drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Love now.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
There he goes, right side. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they wanted to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Now the Packers get set to go.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
That is caught. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play there on the catch and run. 39 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll try the right side here with Fournette. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Play action this time with Love. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
Being chased out left. All of his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession here at their own 33. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
To throw is Stafford. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. On first down, it's Stafford. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Stafford gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. So the completion good for 7 there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 23-yard line.
Here's Stafford. He's got this to the tight end, Hopkins. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Throw left side, complete to Cup. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Stafford looks to throw again. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Badgley able to knock this one through, and the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
So we have reached halftime in what's past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Third quarter starts with a run by Freeman. And a short pickup to about the 25.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On second down, here's Stafford. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing on third down, Stafford. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Stafford.
He's got Cooper Kupp on a slant.
That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Stafford now to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7.
Stafford throwing quickly, complete out wide. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Ben Skoranek, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Love now to pass on first down. That's taken in by Henderson. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
Now Love.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. They'll go with a big bank Fournette.
And this will be a Packers first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
2nd down and 4.
To throw now. Here's Love. And his throw is incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker. 4th down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they wind up getting 4 there on 4th and 1.
Here we go. Ready?
Fournette on the counter. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. 2nd down and 8. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Love looking to throw it. Hard throw, incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Landon Collins. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
But just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, they're running a crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. Able to pick up a healthy chunk of yards, 7-yard gain, but a tough 3rd and 9 upcoming. Stafford. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it?
And the ball comes out. Love lost it.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start. But they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
3rd and long for Love. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. John Johnson with the INT. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down,
but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Here's Freeman again on second down.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the 4th quarter. Back to throw. Stafford. Oh, hit as he throws there. Incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Lead, I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter.
And quickly, they get to the line.
Second down, Love.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Love. That's complete to Wicks. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
On 1st and 10, Love.
They'll swing this out to Fournette.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Throwing, Love. To the sideline and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
On 3rd down, Love. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Ready.
Desperation time here. Love on 4th down.
Forced out to his left. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll get this in. territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 9.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
Another drive coming up for this Packers offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game.
He's got him in. Complete. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 44 yards.
As a general manager, you're counting on your 1st and 2nd round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
First down, Bridgewater. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing is Bridgewater.
Oh, an ill-advised throw there, and it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
They'll eat some clock with Freeman.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Now 2nd and 5.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And a most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild, and at the end of all that, it winds up a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
So the Packers down by 15, 2:23 to play. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
To throw is Bridgewater.
That one let go deep for Laporta.
And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown.
Sam Laporta,
his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Packers are able to cut into that deficit.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again. strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for one here. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. So here we go. They'll need the recovery, obviously, then a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
To throw is Stafford.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Here's Stafford. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Freeman. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Badgley able to punch this one through. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is what we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And able to get this out to the 25.
So the focus shifts back to the Packers offense. Trailing in this one now. 1:47 on the clock.
Go down.
How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down.
Love looking to throw it.
And that is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Here's Love.
He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Packers.
Romeo Doubs.
64 yards.
And the Packers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
There's certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion.
Love.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Ah, that's true. You've said that before.
Here's 1st and 10.
Ready. Set.
Now Love.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Here's Love.
And this is incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Love looking to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. The Rams go victory formation as they take the knee. Second and 11.
Running right, this is Freeman. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you could just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for L.A., they inch closer to respectability now at 3-6 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year.
And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers.
So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.